Dan Bilzerian. I'm sure you're somewhat familiar with the quote-unquote king of Instagram. He's the richest poker player in the world, and he doubles as the dictionary definition of a playboy. He's rarely seen without an entourage of beautiful women, and he lives a fairly lavish lifestyle. But rather than talk about that lifestyle, today we're going to take a look at where this money really comes from. You see, the truth is, Bilzerian is a total scam and a douche. In this video, we're going to look into some of Dan Bilzerian's dirty little secrets, and we're going to find out how all the money, and the cars, and the mansions, and the chicks have really come about. So for all this and more, stay tuned, right here at Wonderlane. Are you much of a gambler? What's the most you've ever won in a game of poker? I won $40 once. Kenny Rogers would be proud. Before we uncover all these dark secrets, let's figure out who this guy really is. Dan Bilzerian, like most douchebags, was born in Florida in 1980, and he grew up together with his brother in a very rich family. His father, Paul, was a banker on Wall Street, and he quickly amassed a $1 million fortune by absorbing company after company. So Bilzerian has never not lived a luxurious life. Nevertheless, at the age of 19, he decided to start training with the Navy SEALs. This training is considered to be the toughest in the world, and although Bilzerian was always a good athlete, he was dishonorably discharged shortly before the end of training because he insulted his commander in public. Shortly thereafter, he began studying criminology and economics and playing a lot of poker. He quickly realized that he had a knack for the card game, and allegedly, he made a couple $1 million right off the bat via a couple of underground tournaments. Bilzerian began to show off his wealth in very extravagant fashion on social media. Some would refer to this as flexing, posting pictures and videos of insane parties in breathtaking locations. He also posted pictures with Hollywood celebrities such as Kevin Hart, Steve Aoki, and Marshmello. He also founded Ignite, a company with which he wanted to conquer the worldwide CBD market. For the longest time, Dan Bilzerian's life seemed absolutely perfect, and he was envied by millions of people. However, the facade around Bilzerian's life has been crumbling for quite some time, and more juicy little factoids are coming to life that, upon closer inspection, make the Playboy look like quite the little loser. So without further ado, let's explore the reasons why Dan Bilzerian kind of sucks. Bilzerian has always claimed that he earned his fortune of over $150 million all by himself through poker tournaments, but in reality, he's a trust fund baby. I.e., he has a package of securities and company holdings that were already worth over $100 million in the 90s. Bilzerian received this trust fund from his father, Paul, the Wall Street tycoon. And it's not like this was just a super generous gift from Daddy Paul either. In the 90s, Dan's father was sentenced to a short prison term and a payment of $62 million for fraudulent activities. However, since Paul Bilzerian did not want to part ways with his $62 million, he signed over almost all of his assets to his son Dan in order to pass in court as insolvent. This is what we would call a pro-gamer move. So Dan became a multi-millionaire overnight and was thus able to finance a glamorous lifestyle. However, because he likes to be seen as an alpha male and a self-made millionaire, Bilzerian kept quiet about his father's criminally acquired money for a long time and claimed that he had earned his gigantic fortune through his poker skills alone. Many people were able to see that as a lie right away though, because it's hardly feasible. I'm sure he's pretty good at poker, but he's nowhere near good enough to play with the top dogs. Professional poker player Doug Polk revealed in 2017 that Bilzerian is a mediocre player at best, and he often makes some rookie mistakes. According to Polk, it would be impossible to make so much money with these rather average poker skills. So Bilzerian dishonestly disguises his wealth as poker earnings, but it's very clear that the money is primarily inherited. Next, we come to a central component of Dan Bilzerian's life that many of his fans envy greatly: the women. He's always posing with that girl that was in that one dream that I had that one time. In an interview, Bilzerian claimed that he enjoys life as a bachelor and that all these women hang out with him because of his sparkling personality and his money. He claimed that he's never paid a single dollar for company. However, rumors have been piling up lately that the women featured in Bilzerian's photos are all paid models, hired to make his life seem more glamorous. Lame. In addition to all that, Bilzerian is also a fraud from a legal standpoint. According to Forbes magazine, he and his company Ignite are currently under investigation. The reason for this is that many employees of the CBD company say that Bilzerian is pocketing investor money instead of spending it on development. He paid his rent and maintained his yacht and private jet with a corporate credit card. Of course, it did not go unnoticed that this money was missing, as investors did not get paid their shares. And so Bilzerian is likely to be convicted of some good old-fashioned all-American white-collar crime. This instance of fraud may have some serious consequences in addition to public ridicule. He could face not only an astronomical fine, but also a pretty lengthy prison sentence if convicted. Many speculate that Bilzerian could abscond to Armenia, as he coincidentally took citizenship there in 2018. In conclusion, Dan Bilzerian is a fraud. He's definitely not someone that anyone should look up to or try to emulate. That is, unless you aspire to be a tacky loser. Yeah, that's right, I said it. The freaking gloves are off today, ladies. This absolute douche canoe is a prime example of how far removed from reality the things we see on social media are. This can make the influence that people like Bilzerian have on their followers and the public all the more toxic. Not only are they fooling themselves and their followers, they're also helping to reinforce values such as materialism, superficiality, and this fake it till you make it mentality. People see this trash, reflect on their own average lives, and become depressed. Take everything you see on social media with a grain of salt. Everyone on Instagram is functioning as their own PR rep, putting their best foot forward to an extreme. It's easy to scroll and scroll and scroll and start to feel like everyone's got it good except for you. The fact of the matter is, we all have good days and bad days. So turn off your phone, take a deep breath, go outside, chase your dreams. The world is your oyster. And that's going to do it for our video on the truth about Dan Bilzerian. Yeah, you can pretty much consider him exposed. All in a day's work for me, really. Imagine paying girls to hang out with you. Sad. Couldn't be me. When chicks find out that I'm the guy that does the Wonderlane voice, they melt. Let us know who you want to see a video on next, and don't forget to subscribe to Wonderlane. I mean, we could become friends. You never know. Life is unpredictable. It's like I said, the world's your oyster, maybe Wonderlane's your pearl. I mean, you want to win that PS5, you can win the PS5. AirPods, Amazon gift card,